Welcome. I have Mike Fata, founder of Manitoba Harvest, online with us today to talk about what is a conscious brand. Mike, first, what's Manitoba Harvest?
Manitoba Harvest is, and thanks for having me, Rob. Manitoba Harvest is the global leader in hemp food manufacturing. So we grow hemp seed, we manufacture a number of food products, and we bring it out in the Manitoba Harvest brand.
Right on. Mike, this is what, 20th anniversary of Manitoba Harvest? And you guys started from this very intentional, purpose-based place. To you, I've always seen Manitoba Harvest as a conscious brand. But in your words, what would you say a conscious brand is?
Yeah, I think that a conscious brand is that triple bottom line. It's really being conscious about the people on the planet, and Manitoba Harvest has always felt, or I've always felt that's the best way to proceed in business. Is not only you need profit, but you also that environmental and social responsibility. So I think that's what comes to mind for me when you say conscious brand.
Right. What do you see as some of the biggest roadblocks for organizations becoming a conscious brand or living into that higher purpose of a conscious brand?
Yeah, I think that probably a lot of business leaders would think about it's a nice to have, not a need to have. Unless you build it into the foundation, the fabric of the business, it will be a nice to have because it's going to have an extra cost and extra time that's put into it. But when you really use the consciousness to really drive structure in your organization, that's when it turns into that need to have.
Right. And then what sort of leadership do you think is required for a conscious brand?
Someone that's not just thinking about business as a capitalist opportunity, really that you're serving a true mission, and interwoven in that mission, it needs to be clear what the environmental or the social impacts, besides profit that mission is serving, and then you need to make sure that you get team members that are aligned to that, and some will be grown up in that kind of business, and others that have worked for large businesses that are looking for change may be drawn to it. But you need to have a clear mission, and then you need to have a team that embraces that.
Right. So other than kind of a clear mission and just that higher purpose and communicating that out through the team, what advice would you give a new or a transitioning or emerging conscious brand?
Have a nice clear roadmap, because it is, and from experience, even though we were always really focused on social and environmental responsibility just in the business that we're in, it's like eating an elephant, and you need to do it kind of one bite at a time. So it's nice to have a understanding where you are, whether that's a gap assessment or an audit, and then understanding where you want to be, because that roadmap along the way is a bunch of small things that are going to make changes to the business, not one large change. So I think that roadmap is a critical piece of becoming a conscious brand, or being
Awesome.
successful transitioning into a conscious brand. Yeah.
Right on. Okay. Well, thanks so much, Mike. And I know you have lots of wisdom to offer organizations out there. So really appreciate you taking time and exploring this with us, what a conscious brand is.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, take care.